That note here. 12:30, baby. 12:30. You know what it is. Just so people don't know, for people that don't know who I root for when I root for the motherfucking NFL here, it's just to let you know here. We got the Minnesota motherfucking Viking right here, tie-dye shit, you know what I'm saying? The Minnesota Vikings, catch for cancer, because cancer's a motherfucker, and the majority of us have been affected by cancer. But we can't get no fucking answers because, whatever. I'm not here to fucking argue who's right and who's fucking wrong in this world. Please, please don't think that is what I am here. I could give a fuck what you believe, how you perceive, how you see shit. Doesn't mean that is the reality and that means it's the end all be all. So let me just get that across my motherfucking chest. We got the Seattle Seahawks versus taking on the Chicago Bears tonight in Seattle. We heard earlier reports of Kenneth Walker III supposedly had a sports hernia, doesn't have a sports hernia. So we're gonna get into that a little bit here and dabble into that game to see who we are taking in that game tonight. Obviously, we got some breaking news today. Obviously, Deshaun Watson. Well, his appeal was heard and everything else. Well, now his sentences have been rendered now. He has 11 game suspension. He has a $5 million fine. He must go. He must undergo treatment program for you know, his crime. Let's just say that. And yeah, so and isn't it ironic the game they allow him to come back to is the game that he's going to be playing the Houston Texans in Houston, Texas. So the old team that he left, he's going to be coming back and playing his first game. So, what's the significance of that here? We will probably break that down later on as the season comes. But as a future bet here, I wouldn't be surprised to see that Deshaun Watson comes out and tries to light the fucking Houston Texans on fire that game. I mean, it'll be week 11. It'll be week 11, so we'll be basically, pretty much majority way through the season here. So at that point, are the Cleveland Browns even still going to be competitive or relevant? We're gonna see here. We are definitely gonna see about that here. If going on. Obviously, we have baseball. Obviously, baseball is going on. The Ides of the Ides of the Ides of of August here. Getting closer to the end of August, going into September call-ups. That's a late push here, where the playoff teams, start, and other teams, might start sitting guys down and bringing up, getting rid of veteran guys, bringing up the young guys to let them play out a little bit. So maybe next season they can start the season, uh, you know, playing, with the big league club instead of, with the, triple A, minor league, double A, single A, international ball, whatever. But we do definitely have games on right now that we can speak of here and talk about here. All right, so baseball here. We got baseball. We have a 12 game slate here. We're in the bottom of the seventh here, where the Rockies are getting smacked up today, 12-0 to the Cardinals. Albert Pujols is up to the bat here with the runners on first and second. He does have a home run and 4 RBIs today, so we're in the bottom of the fifth here. It is 4-2. Texas Rangers lead here. One out. There's a runner on first. Corey Seager is up to bat. Top of the fourth here, Astros lead 4-0. Runners at the corner, nobody out. Lucas Giolito is getting gelato today. We're in the top of the fifth here. The Dodgers trail 3-0 to the Brewers. Corey Bellinger up the plate, 2 outs with a runner on here. Corbin Burns has pitched pretty well here today. We're in the bottom of the second here. No score between the Cubs and Orioles. Here in about 11 minutes or so here, we got the Diamondbacks and the Giants. And later on tonight, we have the Red Sox and Pirates, Blue Jays and Yankees, Royals and Rays, Mets and Braves, and the Nationals and the Padres. So that is your games today, along with, obviously, we have the NFL game here. We have The Chicago Bears coming from Chicago to all on the road tonight here. This game will be on ESPN tonight here at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington, about 87 degrees. Bears are 1-0 so far in the preseason. Seattle is 0-1, so we'll see how that will fare. And then we got 3 games tomorrow. We got the Panthers and Patriots. Both those teams have actually been fighting, and I guess they have kind of joint kind of practices. Both teams have gotten a little chippy with each other, and I mean it's not like it's oh man, this is I mean it happens a lot of times when you get guys that are competitive, pride, and guys you're playing for different teams, so you're repping your team, you're standing up, and sometimes. But in the unfortunate case of Quib Talib's brother, who basically took a life of a youth coach here. I mean, it's got to be said, I mean, we're out here to play the game. Now, when we want to get physical and want to hurt each other and want to physically, assault each other, that's when we need to walk away. I mean, we're here to play football. We're not here to play MMA and to whoop someone's butt or to show this guy up. Oh, this guy disrespected me. Well, I got to stand up and I got to. I mean, I understand it's a thing of guys. Guys, it's a pride thing that guys have over them, where you can't let somebody disrespect you. You can't let this, you can't let somebody just whatever. You just gotta. But that's the downfall of most men. You know, you go in there and you get into an altercation with somebody, and then it doesn't end right, and parties walking away, all walked away scarred and bruised, and then sometimes maybe. And then maybe sometimes people can't walk away because now they've taken someone's life, took it too far to where and so now you got to pay the price and you have to go to jail or prison or somebody loses their life. Yes, the Bears in Seattle here. Let's see. I doubt we don't have any. I don't think we have any WNBA to speak of. But yesterday we had an upset in WNBA. The New York Liberty came into Chicago last night and defeated the defending champs. Oh, actually there is some games here today. We got the Dallas Wings and the Connecticut Sun, and we have the Washington Mystics, and we have the Seattle Storm here. So okay, so we have the Wings and we have the Connecticut Sun playing tonight. We have the Washington Mystics and the Storm. Probably the game to watch tonight definitely is probably going to be this Mystics and Storm. You got Brianna Stewart. You have Sue Bird's last season. This is her last push to get a championship before she retires. You got Ellen Delandova here for the Mystics and the young Mystics over there. They want to, so they'll be playing at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, Washington tonight. And then the Dallas Wings will be playing the Connecticut Sun in Mohang Sun Arena here in Uncasville, Connecticut here. So we do have some WNBA. Definitely, this is the first round games. Obviously, yesterday we'll break down yesterday's game ones here. Obviously, the Liberty won 98-91 here. And obviously, Candace Parker's last year, she's trying to win on a winning note to be a back-to-back champ. And then you had the Aces beating Mercury 79-63. So Chelsea Gray hits a huge three-pointer for the Aces. Yeah, I mean she's been top notch. She was one of my fantasy WNBA players this year. Chelsea Gray, she's definitely a baller. She can ball out there. She can score, and Definitely, this year was my first year. I ended up finishing third. I had a chance to play for the championship, but I didn't. But it's okay, and learning the players and learning the different, the women out there that for different teams and that may or may not know, but begin to know. I mean, so it's just it was a good fantasy season, and it's good to see that this season for the women it's going to be remarkable. You got the Liberty already making an upset here. I mean, obviously, the Sky's going to come back here, but it's good to see the Liberty, young team here. Back in the days they had Rebecca Lobo and all that. They were really tough and a solid team, and they were really good. And now they're trying to make that resurgence here. And the Sky is a defending champ, so trying to, you got the David and Goliath kind of, and then you got the Mercury. They're playing for, obviously they're playing for Brittany Griner, but they're playing a tough team in the Aces here. The Aces of Las Vegas, they definitely want to make it to the, they want to make it to the championships because they were knocked off last year by the Phoenix Mercury. So, so that being said, and I think there's also Little League, I believe here. I believe there's Little League World Series here. All right, so we got the West here. The West beating Northwest here, 11-1. We have the Asia Pacific up 1-0 over Europe, Africa. In the top of the fourth, we have top of the one. We have Midwest versus the Great Lakes here. Then we have Puerto Rico taking on Mexico. We have Southwest taking on Mid Atlantic. Those are just your games today for the Little League World Series. Those people that do definitely like to watch that. It's okay. We have our first bet here today that we put in here. Well, we'll go over yesterday's first before we talked about today's. Yesterday we took the Angels plus the run and a half on the spread. We took the Orioles money line. We took the Marlins money line. We took the Pirates money line. We took the Tigers money line. We took the team total under 8.5 runs in the Rays and Yankees. And we took the team total under 166 and a half points in the Liberty and Sky. All those bets did not even cash. So we went 0-7 in our first bet. And then me and my sister, we basically put our heads together, put together a parlay, and we had the over 7.5 runs in the Tigers and Guardians. We had the Mets money line. We had the Rockies money line. We had the under 9 runs in the A's and Rangers. We had the Dodgers money line. We had the under 8 runs in the Astros and White Sox, and we had the Giants to win by a run and a half. So we went 5-2. The Rockies money line plus 175, and the Giants minus the run and a half did not cash. So we were 5-2 there. So didn't do too bad here. So far, so today's parlay I took the over 7.5 on the Rockies and Cardinals. Obviously, it's 12 runs, so that I have the Dodgers money line. They're down 3-0 here. I have the under 8 runs in the Astros and White Sox. Obviously, there's I think 4 runs I think, and then I have the Orioles to win by a run and a half. I have the A's on the money line and the Giants to win by. The A's are currently losing 4-2. So, but we'll check it out. And then obviously our other bet here. Well, it's 13-0 now here. All right, so we'll tell you. And then me and my sister's combined bet here. All right, so it's okay. It's okay. We'll log back in here. Tell you guys me and my sister's combined bet here. And some sad news here. Dawson Knox's brother Luke who played linebacker for the University of Florida Atlantic Panthers, has tragically passed away. So those thoughts and prayers for the Knox family, and hopefully Dawson this weekend. I mean, I know that they're probably playing this weekend here, so I don't know if Dawson will probably take the game off here, or maybe just play in the honor for his brother. But yeah, 20. I believe he was 22 or 25 years old, somewhere in that age. So it's that's just what happens sometimes. All right, so we have me and my sister's parlay. We did an 8-teamer here. We did the under 9 runs in the Cubs and Orioles. It's in the bottom of the third, 0-0. We have the over 7 runs in the Diamondbacks and Giants. That barely just started. We took the Yankees to win today. We took the Red Sox to win by a run and a half. We took Tampa Bay to win on the money line. We took the Braves on the money line. We took the Nationals to cover the run and a half. And we took the over 39.5 points in the Bears and Seattle. So we think there's going to be some points there, obviously. Now it is 13-0 in the 8th inning here. Cardinals, so that was a good bet. 5-0 in the 5th inning here. Now the Brewers are up 5-0. So, and the Astros are up 8-0. So that looks like that bet's not going to cash here for us. And then we had the Orioles to win by, and the A's are losing 7-2 in the 5th. So doesn't look like we're going to be cashing any bets today. Looks like, I mean, except for my sister's bet here. We still got that one going here. We still got that one rolling. But other than that, that is what we're doing here, and that is what we have done here. But yeah, I think there's going to be some. I mean, the reason why we said the over. I mean, 82% of the games last week 1 of preseason, they all went. Most of them went over. There was only, I think maybe there was 3. I want to say maybe 3 games or so that went under. That didn't cover the over. Didn't cover the over. Went under. So we figured, hey, there's gonna be some points tonight here. Seattle put up some points here. Chicago right now doesn't have the best line right now. So that, for people that are, obviously drafting like myself, I drafted David Montgomery. I've also drafted Darnell Mooney. I've also drafted Justin Fields. And do I feel scared that, yeah, it's kind of scary that he doesn't have a line, or his line's not blocking very well. But maybe in time, maybe they figure it out. Maybe they, figure it out by either, playing different guys, or maybe just plugging in plug and play guys, or just somehow figuring a way to just maybe offset that to where they can still be competitive. So I'm a believer that they will figure it out here. I mean, it's gonna take a little bit of time, so we'll definitely see how that's gonna turn out there. And didn't really bet any of the WNBA games, or didn't bet any of them. I bet them last. But if I was gonna take anything here, I mean, Connecticut to win by 10. I don't know. And then you got the Storm, and you got Mystics. Storm to win by 4 at home. And you have the over under 158.5. I would probably take the Storm here at home. Wouldn't mind the 4. I think it's going to be a pretty good game. The Sun and the Wings, I mean, I don't really know too much. Just know that the Sun is a really good team. The Wings, they play really tough. So I mean, would I be willing to take that minus 9.5 here at the Connecticut? No. Probably would take the Probably would take the in that one 163.5. I'll probably take the under. I'd probably take the under in this one here. I'll just take the under and the Sun and Wings, and I would take the Storm minus the 4. But yeah, that's what, basically that's all we have to really talk about here as far as I mean, all right. So the Big Ten announces new media deals with Fox, CBS, NBC, reportedly worth $7 billion. Yeah, a big, a big deal gone down for college here. And then some other good news here. Dick Vitale delivers great news about his diagnosis. He's saying he's cancer free, so that is amazing. I grew up watching Dick Vitale, and it's one of probably the reasons why I love college basketball and the passion between him and Lee Corso for college, and Lou Holtz and just those guys. It's just it's just amazing, man. It truly is. All right, let's get into some maybe some rookie highlights, the top late round running back sleepers here. Let's try to look at that here. All right. At risk of de-emphasizing the need of levels of serious draft prep, we'd like to remind you the most valuable running back in the fantasy playoffs last season was a guy who was likely added via waivers in December. Rashad Penny was a championship tilting force in December and January. When we needed him most, he erupted for 692 scrimmage yards and 6 touchdowns over his final 5 games. That outburst represented 87% of his total yardage for the season and an outrageous 39% of his career production. And again, Penny was almost certainly a late round season waiver wire pickup in your fantasy leagues. This sort of thing is actually not all that common at the running back position. Anybody who won a ring with Jerome Harrison in 2009 or Damian Williams in 2018 understands this basic truth. The central running back in fantasy football in any given season can emerge from pretty much anywhere, including the lowest reaches of a lousy team's depth chart. So look at the various sleepers candidates this year. We got Demond Pierce, Houston Texans. At this point, it would be a massive surprise if Pierce's usage in his first NFL season didn't exceed anything he did as a collegiate back at Florida. He never handled more than 123 touches in any of his 4 years with the Gators in college. But he appears to be the best bet to lead Houston's backfield. The Texans have a dreadful running attack in 2001, finishing last in the league in yardage per game at 83.6 and per attempt 3.4 yards per attempt. Wow, and that won't change if they rely on Marlon Mack and Rex Burkhead committee.
Down in 3. Here's Pierce. Nice little cut. Second cut. Breaks a tackle.
Whoo! Oh.
Damian Pierce. First down, Texans. And partner, that's where you talk about the eye discipline, right? On that last play, you got play action going in opposite.
Sorry about that. Oh, just that cut. Oh. All right, here's another running back here. Tyler Aguilera is a fifth-round rookie from BYU who rushed for a whopping 1,601 yards and 23 touchdowns last season while catching 28 passes. He averaged 6.4 yards per catch, over 452-yard career rushing attempts for the Cougars, demonstrating a do-it-all skill set and running with vision, balance, and power like Pierce. Aguilera landed in a spot that would offer a clear chance to see significant touches. The man at the top of the backfield depth chart happens to be 31-year-old converted kick returner Cordell Patterson. If the rookie cannot force his way into the mix earlier this season, it would be a mild surprise and also a bad sign if we wouldn't see him playing. Okay. All right. I mean, yeah, it's against. You got Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert's another guy. Obviously, Montgomery's kind of banged up a lot, so maybe Herbert, somebody you might want to look at. Isaiah Pachenko here, somebody definitely, has been one of the buzziest players in any team's training camp. But don't feel too bad if you didn't see it coming. He's a seventh round draft pick who averaged 3.9 yards per carry at Rutgers last year and never toppled 1,000 yards in any collegiate season. But he's a powerful runner with ideal size. He's 5'11", with a 215-pound big frame and blazing speed of 4. He ran a 4.37. All right, so impressed the Chiefs coach immediately, earning his first team reps in camp. He got 47 balls over 4 college seasons, so he's approved for use as a receiver. Chingham emergence in camp has turned Ronald Jones into a clear-cut candidate, which is worrisome because Jones definitely has the potential to shake up another team's backfield depth chart at the rate Pachenko is climbing in the consensus ranking. He may not qualify as a sleeper for long. Kenneth Gainwell last year. And here's another guy that I like a lot here, and I think he's a really good sleeper here, is Brian Robinson Jr. Just not sold too much on the. I'm not too much sold on. I'm not sold too much on. Yeah. I'm not sold too much on Antonio Gibson. I was high on him last year, but I just think looking at this young rookie, I mean, I think he's gonna really get some chance. And I mean, Gibson's just had a lot of health issues, and that just doesn't. I mean, there's a lot of these running backs that got health issues. Christian McCaffrey, Dave Montgomery, I mean, Dalvin Cook. Zeke. Somebody else got Miles Sanders. I mean, a lot of these guys, Mostert. I mean, Elijah Mitchell. I mean, a lot of these running backs have been hurt and banged up, and Derrick Henry. I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Josh Jacobs. I mean, J.K. Dobbins. I mean, Travis Etienne. There's a lot of guys. So to me, it's gonna bode pretty well here. I mean, I like what I see here. So those are just some sleepers. Obviously fantasy sleepers here. So just wanted to tell you guys about that here. So all right. So I just wanted to get on here really quick and just get a little quick thing out here. Talked about sports. Talked about this. So we're gonna end the stream here. So hopefully everybody has a great day. Enjoy Thursday. Going into Friday. Be better, not bitter.